Speaking of the 90s, we're in a 90s zone, I think. We have the games ever. We had a new video come out. Want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah, we put out, this past week, our Nick Arcade video, went up on Game Trailers. For, if you love those 90s game shows, you love Nick Arcade, and we rebooted it for a 2013 audience. And that went up on Game Trailers. That was actually, we were coming up with stuff to do. We've been doing a bunch of stuff for Game Trailers lately, and then Derek just, where did you get the idea? Where did Nick Arcade come up? Like, you just, all of a sudden Derek blurts out, we should just update Nick Arcade. And it was like, no, we didn't even have to should we do that? It was just immediately all right, let's get to work.
We were just sitting there coming up with ideas.
Yeah.
It struck me.
Brainstorm.
I feel like we weren't even sitting there. It was just suddenly, there it is. Okay,
we're doing you guys to shut up and stop coming up with ideas.
That is exactly what he said.
But anyway.
When you told me about it, too, I was trying to place Nick Arcade, and you just hummed that song. Yeah. And I was like, oh, yeah, remember that show.
Yeah.
What a terrible show.
Nick Arcade was
it was.
I feel like video games were more appealing to mainstream audiences. There were a lot more television shows about video games back then, even though video games back then really sucked.
Yeah.
Why make Nick Arcade at that? I know why they made it at that time, yet it's if you only knew where video games would go, maybe you would have waited.
And then green screen technology was probably just becoming popular.
It was just such a celebration of crap and stuff that wasn't that impressive.
But what really got it off the ground and why it seemed like an immediate thing to do, or why it was oh duh, is because watching old clips you realize man, all games were cute. It was all things with a face. Yeah. And then you look at what's selling today and it's people getting mugged down at the airport.
I had never seen that airport footage. I never played that game, and I heard about it.
Call of Duty, right?
Yeah. When I saw it, it was this is fucking gross.
Yeah. So it just seemed natural. Oh, okay. Well, if they played that today,
it's controversial.
Keep it controversial. But anyway, Sean did such a good job with the costumes in that video.
Thank you.
That really, I was really happy with that. I was really happy with the video in general. I was happy with how it turned out. But Sean made those costumes, and that really sold it. I still haven't heard anyone, I don't know if you want to say it or not, there's a very obscure joke.
They're never going to get it.
In the costuming, but you might as well say
it. The name tags that I made are all Hey Dude characters. Another 90s show.
Another show, 75% of our audience
is
probably
Mike
never
one of
seen.
those?
No, it was Buddy, Ted, Jake, and Kyle.
Ted.
Which are all very 90s names.
I remember
was the best one.
I remember watching a lot
Ted
of
was the
Hey
best one.
Dude when I'd get home from school.
Danny was good too. Yeah, Hey Dude, I loved that
See,
show.
I didn't like the show. I didn't
it.
follow the plot or anything, but it was I had just got off of school, and there was this show that was always on that had cute girls on it. Because they're 4 girls and 4
Christine
guys.
Taylor, who is married to Ben Stiller.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Brad was a little
I didn't like Brad.
She's butch.
she was a little more,
But
little
everyone always
rugged,
fought after Brad in that show, where she was Melody.
Melody.
Duh.
Melody was the girly girl. She was the girly girl.
She was the girly girl.
Yeah.
She was the Mrs. Howell.
There you go. But anyway, they
Only
put
70s
that,
kids will get that.
They put that out on DVD.
Only 70s.
Hey, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And I got the first volume of it, and it's rough. It got better.
Yeah.
But it's very rough, and you could tell it is. And I have to give them credit, because normally on shows like that, they put no extras.
Yeah.
They have commentary and stuff.
Oh,
wow.
They got Christine Taylor. They got whoever. And
They got Danny?
What?
They got Danny?
I don't know if they got Danny.
Did they film
I
that
think he's
in
in
San Diego?
No, they filmed that in Arizona.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they talked to those people, and it's they were this was basically, we were requested to do this because Nickelodeon got picked up as a cable network, and they desperately needed. Nickelodeon was on sometimes or something, and then it became a full blown cable network, and they were desperate for programming, so they would shoot 3 episodes a day. I mean, it was seriously. But if you think it's the most, if you watch it, it's the most basic setups.
It really
and
is.
then you can watch episodes where they're wearing the same outfit. Oh, in episode 4, they're wearing the same outfits as episode 1. They just filmed the same scene.
That's so funny.
But it is just they said this is the most sparse crew. It was basically the whole cast and a couple people who knew how to work the camera, and they would sleep at that ranch and wake up and do 3 more.
Well, I remember the set pieces in that ranch were the bunks, that outdoor kind of. There was 5 locations they ever were on.
Yeah.
Or I felt like Salute Your Shorts was the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was all legit on a ranch that never no sets. They just run and gun it.
When I think of Nickelodeon, like coming home from school, it was always Salute Your Shorts and Hey Dude that were on, and I didn't particularly like those two shows. Yeah. But I would just kind of like something else will come on.
I just found a Hey Dude book I bought from Scholastic when I was a kid.
Yeah, they used to have those. Yeah. I forgot about that.
Do you remember the book fair would come to your elementary school?
Yeah, dude, Scholastic. What's up?
I'd go get some
Scholastic.
X-Men.
I get Magic
X-Men
Eyes
stickers.
Yeah,
they would let you buy so many toys and shit that weren't books.
Yeah,
only 90s kids will get that.
Only 90s
Shout out
kids.
where my 90s kids at.
90s kids out that went over your head.
But anyway, yeah, I'm trying to think. There anything else about the video? We had to have the wizard in it because there's a wizard at the end of Nick Arcade every episode.
I didn't like the wizard.
I did. I liked being the wizard.
The worst part about the wizard is that we're just like, okay, we're gonna hit you in the head.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then we're just hit Sean's stomach. All right, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna swing around like this, and then Sean, I'm gonna hit you like this, and then I'm gonna turn.
I gotta call Garrett out. You were making everybody needlessly nervous.
I was so fucking nervous.
Needlessly complicated choreography. Garrett was the wizard. Come in. Here's a tube. These guys are wearing helmets. Just hit him on the helmet and knock him out. All right. So Eric, I'm gonna hit you in the gut. I'll probably do a backhand to Sean's throat.
I was having fun with my character.
Yeah,
I don't like when you have fun with your character.
Just real quick, hit him in the helmet. They'll fall to the ground. Okay, so I'll bar you across the throat. I might gouge your eyes. I have a knife. Can I bring the knife out?
Hey, listen. I'm gonna say to my credit, I was having fun. I wanted to find a place that I could relate to with this character, and to be fair, I came up with the choreography of clanging their heads together, and then they both collapsed.
Before we went, I went from my being nervous. That's probably like, I don't know, a 1 out of 100.
I'm not gonna.
By the time we started, I was like 1,000. I was like, I don't want to do
Me
this.
and Sean kept looking at each other, going, "I don't."
And you know what?
Have I ever hurt you guys?
I had a bruise on my
You
wrist.
beat the shit out of Sean.
You punched me in the nose.
Rocco had the sword, and we were behind the camera, and he kept like poking it at
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
And we were getting nervous.
Yeah.
Same situation.
Garrett, in that shoot, I have bruised ribs, and you punched my nose.
I didn't punch your nose. For
I-
real?
Absolutely.
During that shoot.
Check the tapes.
I had a bruise the next day on my hip from where you hit me in the ass.
I have a bruise right here on my ribs.
Show it.
But we didn't film.
We don't believe you.
That was a different thing.
There's nothing there. There's nothing there.
There
nothing
it is.
there.
I see it.
Wait.
Close up on the
Hey,
bruise.
I can't handle or help it if my friends are pussies.
The direction was hit us both on the head.
You had helmets on, and I hit
Yeah,
you.
that's why you hit us on the head.
I hit you with the top of my hand, and then I swung the bar into Sean's stomach, and he flexed and buckled in to absorb it.
Hey, all right.
Listen, I watch a lot of jabroni
Now I'm gonna
pictures.
say something.
Yeah.
I know how to
Now I'm
fight.
gonna say
He's a
something.
jabroni.
And I know this just makes me look like a dick. But it's funny. Go back and watch the video. We used the clip of Garrett hitting them on the head, and then we just cut to something.
Yeah, they didn't use a lot of the
Well,
footage.
I have a lot of good behind the scenes of that, and also the behind the scenes also includes me and Kevin. Kevin, they're getting beat up, and Kevin is going, "I'm glad I'm on the red team." and I said, Kevin, that's why I picked the red team.
Yeah, when you write your own story, you can pretty much do whatever
so I
you
don't
want.
have to get beat up or suck a dick.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, but
You're welcome for that.
so the anyway.
I don't know. In what way did
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Nothing. I set
I
him up
literally
perfectly.
don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't either.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's not fitting. Our videos are very fitting.
Yeah, I agree. But anyway, so we do that comedy. Anyway, were you guys happy with that? Were you
I
guys
was
happy with how it turned out?
beyond
I
happy with
thought
how
it
it
was
turned
great.
out.
I thought it was a really fun video.
I think people.
We got it. We got to use my grandma.
Oh yeah.
Your face explodes.
That
Yes.
has been everywhere on Tumblr. Your grandma
Yeah.
exploding.
Oh, has it?
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
People keep. But you know what? It's funny. I got a lot
Tumblr's
of emails that are
great.
like, "I always love Rocco when your grandma
I saw
shows
it
up."
too.
I'm like, "No, it's not my
It's
grandma."
my grandma. It's Grandma Marley.
But I was gonna say as we were filming it, so as we were about to start it, we were saying Derek mentioned he's like, we're doing this, but man, how much of our audience will not? This is a scary thought, but
I'll tell you exactly what happened, where I was coming from.
Yeah.
I was watching a compilation of Vine videos.
Oh, yeah.
And there were a lot of people who were being funny, but they were making references to shows that I would never make references to. Shows that I never watched, like Kim Possible and stuff like that. And it occurred to me, like, if comedy references right now are Kim Possible, and we're referencing Nick Arcade.
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit of a gap.
Yeah.
in some of these references. And you know what? It just occurred to me. Maybe a lot of people don't fucking know what Nick Arcade is.
Yeah.
Not our 90s kids, though.
So we get to
90s kids.
Because we start working on this video, and we were like, so we had that thought, like, damn, a lot of them won't, but I think enough of them will, whatever. Sean came up with a great idea. Sean just blurted out at the moment, we should have it at the end cut out, and like 2 girls are watching it, and they're just like, what's Nick Arcade? I don't know what that is. You know, whatever. And we laughed at that, but it was like, okay, well, let's just film it. That's an end tacked on thing. Let's just film it. I bet we won't even need that, but let's just do it.
Yeah.
So we filmed the whole video. We finished it, and it's the night that it's due. And me and Derek are editing it here, finishing it up. And it was like 5:30 p.m. of the night it was due, and it was like, it would have been great if we had that. It was just like we didn't think about it. We finished it to the point that it needed to be finished, whatever. And it could have been turned in, but it was like that might have been good. But it's like, man, we got to turn it in like 5 hours. You know, it's like we got to turn it in, whatever. So, so we tried to go as fast as we could. There were 2 girls who remembered from Comic-Con.
Oh, dude, you have to name them because the chat's going to jerk off to them right now.
Who were the girls?
That's all the whole fucking time.
I was going to say, should I not even...
Who were they?
Anyway.
We want to know.
Were they mean?
Well, so Shot in the Dark messaged them like, hey, we're filming this thing for something that's due tonight. If we can... I wasn't even sure if they lived in San Diego. I was like, you were at Comic-Con. If you remember, just whatever. Let me know if this can be filmed in the next like 3 or 4 hours. If not, no worries. And we could turn it in regardless. And we were able to do it. So that was so unbelievably last minute, like right before we.
To me, it seemed like a throwback to like the gag from the Version episodes, where Mega64 would be being broadcast and it would pan out to. I forget the actress's name that would be like watching it on TV and go, "Mom, what was that?"
Oh, that was
in version 3 or version
Brittany.
Yeah.
And your mom played whatever. Anyway, that pull out of the episode and you have the viewer commenting on what the fuck is this kind of thing. I thought that was similar to the gag we did in the versions.
But it was really funny because we needed girls in that age range. It needed to be, it was definitely like funny if they were like, around 18, 20, whatever. And it was really funny because we shot that and Sean was like, they both have like wristbands.
Oh, they had a hair tie.
And that was such a good, like, you couldn't have written that.
Yeah, she's going like this, and I was like, that's such a brilliant piece of costuming.
You immediately know, like, they're younger.
They're young, but it's also like, I never would have thought to add that. That's brilliant. They just happened to be there, but perfect.
Yeah. So anyway, so it turned out good.
Did they know what Nick Arcade was?
No.
So that was
Nope.
So as soon as we started, hi. Just before we filmed this, do you know what Nick Arcade is? What is Nick Arcade? All right, we are set. All right,
Perfect.
Okay. Anyway, so it turned out good.
Yeah.
So Nick Arcade, check it out if you can. Pass it around if you can. It was again. Now, once it was all said and done, it was really hard. It was mind blowing how many people. I guess it wasn't mind blowing because we prepared for it, but a lot of people had not heard of Nick Arcade, and as such, it was kind of hard to get it. If you look at like the view count on like games or game trailers, it's like hard to. It was a lot harder to get people to watch it just because they didn't know what it was. So if you get a chance, if you know anybody who would know, let them know about the video.
Or go back and watch old episodes of Nick Arcade.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Really don't do that.
You'll be done with that real quick. But anyway, so it turned out good.
Anyways, next week we're going to parody Kim Possible, so...
Yeah, to balance it out.
So real 90s kids, they'll get it.
Yeah.
Let me hear you. Shout out.
Why are we saying 90s kids? Am I old?
Oh no, the internet now
does that a lot.
It's a lot of younger kids that are going, "Hey, I'm a 90s kid." It's like you were born in 93.
Shout out to my 90s kids.
I'm a millennial, all right? Yeah. If you're not a millennial,
I transcend time and space, so
I'm a perennial. I'm always
well, fuck parental. Are you perennial or parental?
I'm a perennial.
Oh, okay.
Good. Thank you.
Sean's an indigo child.
That's true.
I call Sean an Audis kid.
What does that mean?
You're raising the Audis.
Audis.
Oh, gotcha.
Isn't Sean older than you?
Yeah.
Okay.
That he just calls him that though.
Oh.
Yeah. It's the
But
thing
he
we
didn't-
have.
He didn't grow up.
That's my problem.
Later in life.
That's my problem.
Now I understand.
He didn't mature until about 2004.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, when Lost came on.
yeah, that changed
Yeah,
me.
same year, and it ended. His
Yeah.
maturity ended the same year the show ended.
Yeah.
He's kind of stuck in that gap.
Anything outside of that 6 years, it's not the real Sean.
Yeah, it's fake.
I miss him.
That was I miss him.
He's plastic. It's fake.
I'm very plastic now.
Speaking of
90s,
us,
us.
we were talking about us. So good segue. Thank you, thank you, Kevin.